Even the scriptures and whatever else the word reads do but speak of your glory, only import, Lord of Tulasi crown and the lotus chest. How can I praise you enough? You see, actually a really beautiful verse, because in this verse, he's asking, how can I praise you enough? Actually, to praise Krishna, to praise Narayana, even Prithu Maharaj in the 4th canto of Bhagavata, he says that Ananta Shesha with his 1,000 hoods cannot glorify you enough. Even if the 1,000 hoods of Ananta Shesha starts to speak, it's not enough. If you collect all these books that we have, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Guru Gita, and so on, the Puranas, and if you try to describe who Krishna is, who Narayana is, it's not even 1% of what exactly happened there. And why it's like that? Because Krishna is achintya. He is inconceivable. It's not possible to the human mind or to someone to try to comprehend his position, his duties, his actions. Very often we talk about like spiritual success, you know. How often we think about spiritual success. I want to be very much successful. I want to be, you know, I wanted to become, I wanted to achieve some position, I wanted to have some realization, but it's not easy. I remember once in France, Guruji, he said to me, yes, many people like the spiritual path, but no one likes to go through the churning milk. Nobody likes to go through the test. A devotee without a test, his life is simple. It's something that there is no consistency. But as much a devotee he goes through experience, he goes through the test, it makes him to be more and more grounded. As we see today, you know, so many couples getting married through the blessings of the Devi, through the blessings of Gurudev. It's also a test, because in a good way, it's a test. It's a test of sincerity. It's a test of to you to have a single-pointed mind. It's a test that if you will not be running around looking for something else, and the most beautiful thing to understand that both has the same duty, that is to perform a good quality of service to Krishna and to Gurudev. That's it. That's why it's a hard test. Krishna, he says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 58, Machita sarva durgani, mat prasada tarishyasi. Arjuna, if you act according to what I'm telling you, your life will be good. But if you act according to your ego, there's a problem. The problem starts when you started to act according to your own ego. When you started to think that you are in the control. When you started to think that you are the cause of something. That's the mistake. A person, he performs a mistake because he thinks, no, I'm in the control. Not my Gurudev. My Gurudev, no Guruji, you don't understand. I remember once Guruji was saying, yes, when the person, many times people comes to me with a lot of questions, with a lot of, you know, like I want to ask you for something or ask you something. And as soon as I started to give the answer, they started to think about, no, but Guruji, let me try to explain to you what I want to explain. No. So, as he knows our heart very well, and as also he has touched our heart very well, he knows exactly what we need. You know, he knows exactly what we need and how we need. Just recently in Brazil, I had one of the most beautiful experiences with Guruji. Because very often we say to Guruji, yes, Guruji, I love you, I trust you. Whatever you do for me, it's what should be done, it's the right thing. Very often we have this type of feelings. But so many times we see that when he tests us, what we do? We fail into the test. We don't accept, we don't react nicely. Because we think, why Guruji has done it to me? Just like when Guruji was in Brazil, there was one woman, and this woman, she is a CEO of a company in Brazil, and in 1 year, for example, during the 1 year, they organized more than 900 events. Imagine, not events for like 1,000, 2,000 people, but events for 900,000 people. It's huge events, huge, huge, huge. It's called Virada Sustentável. It's like a sustainable turning point. I don't know, something like this. And just like before, couple weeks before to Guruji to arrive, she was here in Barcelona, and she had a dream with Guruji. Guruji comes in her dream, and he says, Mari, do you know me? And she said, yes, I do know you. And he said, no, you don't know me. You will know me soon. And she said, okay, cool. Then one friend contacted her, and he said, oh, you know, this Swami Vishwananda is coming to Brazil, and there is a person who represents him, he's Brito. So she came in touch with me, and she wrote to me, and she said, you know, I just saw that you were organizing an event. I wanted to help you to spread. I said, oh, great, cool, you know. Because actually, like 5 or 6 years back, she had worked with my brother. So she knew my brother. And we came in touch. And she was saying to me, what do you need to spread about the message of Guruji? What do you need? And she was always like helping, giving advice, showing the way, you know, giving the most, she makes the job easy, actually. And she was often writing to me, and she was saying, yes, please, when your Gurudev comes, I really wish to have a talk with him, and I really wish to ask him for something. So that was the temple inauguration. She came to the temple inauguration. Guruji was so sweet to her. He talked with her. And on the next day, she organized this beautiful event that was in one of the most richest shopping mall of São Paulo. And in this event, if who watched, they saw that in the walls was like clouds and all these beautiful things. It was an exposition of Leonardo da Vinci. It was beautiful, no? Yeah. So she was the one who organized that. And just before to Guruji to go to give satsang and darshan to everybody, she was in the room, and Guruji, he went and he materialized to her a pair of earrings. And she came and she bowed down to him, and he put the earrings on her. And as soon as he did that, what happened to her? She felt a headache, something weird. Like something really weird happened. She was okay. Then we go to the darshan. She comes to me. She said, Prito, something very weird. You know, as soon as Guruji he put the ear on me, I felt like my body starts to shake, and I felt a headache. I said, it's nothing. It's just like some karma, something like this. It's nothing. She was okay. Then she goes to Swami Revati, and she asks Swami Revati. And the Revati, he asked Guruji, Mariana, she complained that when you put the ears on her, she felt something weird. What is that? Guruji, it's nothing. Tell her to drink water. she will drink water and she will be fine. So on the next day, again, she started to feel much more headache, more headache. And she was like for 1 day, she went to the hospital, she went to the doctor. The doctor, they couldn't figure out that was nothing. Like, there is nothing here, you were fine. And she said, no, but I feel so much pressure in my head, I feel so much pain. And he said, no, you have nothing. So she went to another day that she was another festival that day. She organized this festival. She was through that. And then she called a friend and she said, no, I can't support the pain. It's too strong. Please come with me. It was on the Wednesday. So they went to the hospital, and meanwhile she was in the hospital, they checked her and said, you have nothing. And as soon as she was going to the parking lot to her car, she fell on the floor and she started to... Como que fala? Era convulsão? Seizure. Seizure. She started to have a seizure. Seizure. She started that. She was shaking like completely, all this process that you guys know. I don't know. So they took her and they went and they started to check and they found that she had not one, but she had two brain aneurysm. And she went immediately to the ICU. And when she was in the ICU, they started to check and they said, wow, you had it exactly on the Monday. So what happened is, as soon as Guruji, he put the earrings on her, as soon as he did that, he brought up her karma. And he brought up her karma so strong that it was like a hitting, like a car hit, I don't know. So as it started to happen, she started to feel this pain. It was for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. On the 4th day, they diagnosed it. And actually, as soon as you diagnose, you have to do the surgery, you have to, you know. And the doctor came to her and he said, look, your case is very serious. Your case is very serious. The blood is completely dry on the part of your tongue. So we're going to do the surgery on you. And there is a 3 side effect. The first one, you might die. Straightforward. If you do not die, you will not speak anymore in your life. Because the blood is exactly on the place which is connected with your communication. That's the second one. And the third one is, if still you'll be back, you will have to be in the tube for like 1 week. Still to your brain to recover. So she was like, just imagine, from 1 day doing a huge festival for Guruji, 3 days later, yes, you're going to die. You're just like 45 years old, beautiful woman with money, with everything. You're going to die. She just like stayed really calm. She took her son and she said to her son, oh, look, if I die, if I do not be back, just take care of your younger brother. Don't worry about me. I live my life nicely. And please, let Prito know that he's not guilty, Guruji is not guilty, nobody's guilty. It's just like a karma. And that was actually very beautiful from her. And she said to the doctor, and if I come back, if I be back, please, the only thing that I want to ask you, don't let me see that I'm in this tube. I don't want to see that I'm in the tube. The only thing. And he said, no, don't worry. If you wake up and if you come back, I will make sure that you will sleep all the time, and when you wake up, you will just be. So just imagine how was going to her mind. But the most beautiful thing that she accepted what he said to her. So it was on the Thursday night. She went through the surgery. She was in the surgery all day on the Friday. At Friday night, I received a message from her. And there was a voice message, just like after the surgery. Prito, I needed to speak with you. Come as soon as possible to the hospital. And I was like, now it's game over. Even I wish to say a bad word here in the microphone, but I can't. I said, now is a game over. So I come to the hospital on the next day, and she was cool. She was super well. She was with a big stretch, and, like no cross on the head, but she was super nice, super fine. And when we came to talk, she said, the doctor, he came here yesterday, and after the surgery, he was shocked. He said, I have done so many aneurysm surgery, but your case is really a miracle. He said to her that the moment that he was doing the surgery, her body was responding. He was literally washing her brain, remove all the dry blood that was in her brain, and it was completely fine. When he stitched her, she was still fine. She was responding. And when she woke up, she saw that she was not in the ICU. She was in the room. And how could all these things be possible? And when she woke up, the first thing that she did was to call me. And when I came, she started to share what had happened. So she was sharing that meanwhile the surgery was going on, she saw that many masters came to her and they started to bless. And she saw that Guruji was there, and he was playing mandir, and he was singing to her, and he was showing to her, be fine, don't worry, I'm with you. I'm all the time with you. So it was completely like a miracle. It was completely a miracle. Not like, but it was a miracle. And when I came, I said to her, I said, you know, like what my biggest fear, honestly speaking, if you die, just imagine how it could damage forever the reputation of Bhakti Marga. A guru comes, he gives a blessing for 5,000 people in the club homes in the Paulista Avenue. Then after, he materialized for her earrings which decretate her death. She looked at me and she said, that was the first thing. That's why you were the first one who I decided to call, just to say that actually is the opposite. Thank you very much. Because you see, in my family, we had some people, they die due to this disease. But in somehow, Guruji, he completely saved me. And then I called to Guruji. Guruji spoke to her, and she said, Guruji, you know, the only thing that I wish is to serve you more and to do more events, more festivals for you in Brazil. And Guruji, he said, yes, do it, but do it slowly, slowly. You know. And she was, but Guruji, please give me some advice. I went through all this experience, and what should I learn from it? Guruji, he said, yes, when I gave the earrings to you, it's to you to learn how to listen. How to listen. So you see, sometimes that's the most beautiful thing, because sometimes we figure out ourselves that we want a big, big miracle to come through Guruji for us. And Guruji, he gives these true miracles to us. And what do? We fail, we fall. We fail into the mission. And my question was, okay, this woman, she met Guruji for the first time. And she had more trust into Guruji than even me. Because if this thing would have happened to me, how would I react into that? We know, like people who went through the same, which they even left Guruji. So, the question is, who is a real devotee? Who, the one who accepts, or the one who, yes, I will act according to my own wish. I will act according to my own expectation. I will act according to my own capacity, with my own mind. She's not devotee of Guruji. She's not initiated by him. She asked him for a big blessing. He gave. How it will carry on, how it will be in the future, I don't know. But she had asked for it. I was for like 1 week, I couldn't sleep. You know, like I think, oh, she's in the hospital. She's not well. She's sick. She's getting worse and worse. How it will finish. And when I come to see her, she was completely like happy. She stood up. I don't know if I posted a picture with her on my Instagram. She hugged me. She was super happy. And she spoke with Guruji. The devotees were all the time in Brazil praying for her. But the most beautiful thing is the trust. She had the trust. She accepted. She said to her son, if I die, don't worry, nobody's guilty for it. It means that my time has come. And this makes like me to reflect a lot, because even I asked it to Guruji, I said, how it's possible, Guruji? A person who just met you trusts you more than a person that is with you for years and years and years. How it's possible? If he gives this test to you, how you will handle? So, so as devotees are getting married, it means also a vow of trust. Marriage life means a vow of trust into what you are trusting. That's why when Krishna, he says, aham chveta aham karam. He said to Arjuna, if you act according to your own ego, your life will be completely spoiled. Trust it to me. Trust me. Trust what I'm giving you. I really wish, even sometimes I talk with her, and always when I'm talking with her, I have like this feeling like I need to come to her and say, please teach me how to trust into my Gurudev. I need to get this lesson from you because I don't have. For me, it's much easier to criticize him than to trust him or to doubt his actions. Because that's what a true master, he does. No. When Yudhishthira Maharaj was asking in the Mahabharata, what is the nature of a real guru? He says, Tarko pratishtam shrutayo vibinam nashwarishi swamatam nabinam dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhyatma mahajayena gantat sampayantat. His opinion is completely different of the opinion of others. So a master that has an opinion that goes exactly according to others, he's not a master. That's Tarko Pratishta. He's apratishta. Because his opinion is completely like beyond. Why? Because Dharmasya Tattvam Nihitam Guhyatma. He has Dharma into his heart. And he can awaken the Dharma inside of the heart of others. He comes and he touches the heart and he says, oh, now your Dharma is awakened. Now your Dharma is awakened. But to someone to reach such point, he also needs to let. One of the beautiful examples which I have heard is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Rupa Goswami. Mahaprabhu, once he was in this Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri, and then they asked him, can you sing a song? And he started to sing a very random song, you know, just like try to imagine the scenario. We have the Just Love Festival here, then the stage is full of people, crowd, everything, then we ask Guruji, sing a song. And Guruji comes and starts to sing, I don't know, Justin Bieber. That was what was happening. Everybody were looking to Mahaprabhu and say, how is it possible what you were talking about? But Rupa Goswami, he went to his house and he wrote in the paper what Mahaprabhu was singing. And he wrote down and he put in the shelf and he kept there. Mahaprabhu, after some hours, he came and he was looking and he said, wow, something is different here. Something is not normal. And he went there and he found this paper. And when he opened the paper and he started to read, he started to cry. And he went to his servant, to Swarupa Damodara, and he said, look what Rupa Goswami just wrote. He had decodified my heart. He understood my heart. How it's possible? And Swarupa Damodara, he said, yes, because you touch his heart. So because you touch his heart, he could be able to understand your heart. He will not judge you. He will act completely above and beyond all these circumstances because he knows that you have this tendency to play the material game just to create some illusion. And that's what Guruji is doing with us. He creates some illusion that, you know, you have like a problem, or you have a problem in your company, you have a problem in your health, you have a problem into some place. But actually, he's just like playing a game. Because as soon as you started to see how he's acting, you will become like fearless. You will become, you even will be able to corroborate with what he's given. And this is what I love the most. That's why I love to be here, because this challenge of like, okay, I will put your life on the limit. I will put you in the clinch. I will hold you there. And I will see how you act. I will act. So if you, and when as soon as he put you there and he see, we can become able to realize, and you say like, no, please, don't let me go. So we have been here like for 8 days already, every day doing some prayers, every day doing some vow. And why we do things like this? Just to learn how to improve our confidence. That's it. And our trust. And you to understand that, yes, Guruji, if you give me aneurysma, cancer, I don't know, any disease, I know that you are just like playing. Because I know who you are. And I know why you do it with me. Because, yes, I deserve, but let's see how much I trust you. And the example of this woman, of Mariana, for me was the most strong. That's why even I wrote to Guruji, I said, thank you very much for letting me witness such experience. I saw how the doctor was shocked. I saw how everybody around her was completely shocked. Because it's not possible. And she was telling, yes, in the moment of my surgery, I could really see that Guruji was here. He was with mandiras in his hands, and he was singing something like Vrich, 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 Vrich. I think it was Vitala. Probably was Vitala. So, no, how he's there. I remember once Rishi Radhakananda was giving satsang, and he was sharing that also how other devotees who went through the same, to be into this near life death experience, they could see Guruji there taking care of them. So he's taking care of each one of us. You know, even sometimes looks like he doesn't love us or he doesn't speak with us or something like this. But actually, no. Actually, he knows everything about everyone. It's like when Krishna was in the rasa dance. You know, he could make everyone feel like, oh, look, I'm here, I'm present with you. You know, so that's why let's take advantage of these 2 last days of Navaratri to really emerge and not leave, just not to go out of here thinking, okay, next year will come again. No, but with that feeling that what I'm learning, what I'm taking with me, what are the divine blessings that I'm taking from Ma, with me in my heart, that I can really help to spread the message that, yes, he's here. He's giving the blessings for everybody. He's accessible to everybody. And if I learn how to keep my mind completely free of desires, of my greediness, of my lust, of my ego, I will become eligible to serve him. So use these 2 days to go deep into this purification and to spread, to teach, to share the glories of Gurudeva with everybody. Jai Gurudev.
Ambe